8 years I took care of my mama, 8 years, 7 months, and 11 days. I bathed her, I fed her. I sang to her when she couldn't remember my name, and I sang the same songs the next morning when she couldn't remember I'd been there at all. And when she finally got her peace, they said I killed her. My own sister said I killed our mama. My name's Charles Whitfield. I'm 87 years old. I've been in this place for 19 years, and I got arthritis in both hands so bad, I can't even open a pill bottle no more. Ain't that something? A pharmacist who can't open a pill bottle. Spent 42 years behind that counter in Raleigh, filling prescriptions, knowing every customer by name, knowing their kids' names, their dogs' names. And now these old fingers can't grip a child-proof cap. They say I poisoned her. Digoxin. You know what digoxin does? It slows the heart. Tiny little pill. You give too much and the heart just winds down like a clock that somebody forgot to wind back up. Takes weeks at the wrong dose before anybody even notices. I know that because I filled digoxin prescriptions for 40 years, not because you understand. I had a good life before all this. Simple. The kind of life where you wake up, open the drugstore at 7, and old Mr. Henderson's already standing outside waiting for his heart pills. Rain or shine, there's Mr. Henderson. 42 years, that man never missed a Tuesday. I inherited the pharmacy from my daddy, Whitfield's Drug on Hillsborough Street. He opened it in 1951. I took over in 78. Same register, same bell on the door. I changed the sign once, and 3 people complained, so I changed it back. My mama, Ruth, she was something else. School teacher, taught 3rd grade at Lygon for 31 years. Everybody in that neighborhood had been in Miss Ruth's class. She was sharp as a tack until she wasn't. Started small. She'd leave the stove on, call me by my daddy's name, and my daddy'd been gone since 96. Then she started wandering. I found her walking down Western Boulevard at 3 in the morning in her nightgown, holding a purse she hadn't carried since 1988. That was 2003. The doctors said Alzheimer's. Early onset for her age, she was 79. They said, Mr. Whitfield, you might want to consider a facility for my mama, the woman who sat with me every night when I had scarlet fever for 3 weeks in 1947, who walked 4 miles to the pharmacy every day to bring my daddy his lunch. You want me to put her in a facility? I said no. I said I'd take care of her myself. And I did for 8 years. I closed the pharmacy at 5 instead of 7 so I could get home to her. Hired a girl to watch her during the day. Tammy, nice girl from the church. But evenings, nights, weekends, that was me. All me. My sister Karen, she lived 45 minutes away in Durham. 45 minutes. Might as well have been the moon. She came by maybe once a month, maybe. Sat in the living room for an hour, told Mama she looked good, and drove home once a month while I was there every single day. I've been telling this story for 19 years. Same story, same facts, because that's what the truth does. It stays the same. I'm 87 years old. I got a bad heart and worse knees. What would I gain by lying to you? What good is a lie It's a lie. The dying man. The Alzheimer's, it's a thief. Worse than any thief, because it doesn't just take things, it takes the person piece by piece, and you're standing right there watching, and there's not a thing you can do. By 2005, she didn't know who I was. I'd walk in and she'd smile, because she was always a smiler, my mama. But it was the smile you give a stranger, holding the door at the grocery store, polite, empty. I'd say, Mama, it's Charlie, it's your boy. And she'd say, oh, that's nice. Are you from the church? Every day, every single day. Are you from the church? I gave up 8 years of my life. 8 years. I could have been running my pharmacy full hours, could have traveled, could have done a lot of things. But I made a promise, and a Whitfield keeps his promises. By 2010, she couldn't feed herself, couldn't walk, couldn't talk most days. She'd sit in that chair by the window and stare out at the magnolia tree, and I don't know if she saw the tree or if she saw nothing at all. The doctors had her on a whole cocktail. Donepezil for the alzheimers, digoxin for her heart. She'd had arrhythmia since '99, lisinopril for blood pressure, metformin for the diabetes. I filled every one of those prescriptions myself, measured every dose, kept a chart on the refrigerator, time, medication, dosage, color-coded. I'm a pharmacist. That's what I do. November 14th, 2011. I woke up at 6:15 like always, made coffee, walked down the hall to her room. The light was coming through the curtains, that day, pale light, November light. She was in the bed, eyes closed, hands folded on her chest, and I thought, well, she never sleeps with her hands like that. And I touched her hand and it was cold. She was gone. Peacefully. Quietly. The way she deserved to go. I sat with her for an hour before I called anyone, just sat there holding her hand. Told her about the magnolia tree outside, how the leaves were turning. She always loved that tree. Then I called the funeral home. Then I called Karen, and Karen drove up from Durham, and the first thing she said when she walked through that door was not, "How are you, Charles?" Not, "I'm sorry, Charles." The first thing she said was, "We need to talk about the house." The house. Mama wasn't cold 12 hours, and Karen wanted to talk about the house. 3 weeks after the funeral, I get a call from the police. The medical examiner found elevated digoxin levels. Said it was inconsistent with her prescription. Inconsistent. You know how many things can cause elevated digoxin in an elderly woman with kidney function declining over 10 years? Renal clearance alone, if the kidneys aren't filtering properly, the drug accumulates. It's pharmacology 101. Any first-year student knows that. Her medication was exactly as prescribed. I made sure of that. Personally, every dose, every day. 8 years without a single error. And you know who told them to investigate? Karen, my own sister, called the police 3 days after the funeral and said she had concerns. The trial was a circus. Karen up on that stand crying about how she always worried about Mama being alone with Charles. Alone with me. I was caring for her. Where was Karen? Durham, 45 minutes away, coming by once a month to pat Mama's hand and check out early. She never changed a diaper. She never cleaned up after Mama had an accident at 3 in the morning. She never sat up all night when Mama was scared because she didn't know where she was or who she was or why there was a stranger in her house. Karen didn't care about Mama. She cared about the house. She cared about the money. And when Mama's will left me 60% because I earned that, because I was there, Karen decided the only explanation was murder. The prosecution's whole case was the digoxin levels and the will. That's it. No witness, no confession, no nothing. Just a number on a lab report and a sister with a grudge. They gave me life, for loving my Mama too much, for being the one who stayed. I lost the pharmacy, Daddy's pharmacy, 42 years of Whitfield's drug on Hillsborough Street, gone. Some chain bought the building. They turned it into a phone store. My wife, Eleanor, she tried, she really did. Came to visit every week for the first 2 years. But you can watch a person you love sit behind glass for only so long before it breaks something in you. She filed the papers in 2015. I signed them. What was I going to do? Say no? She deserved better than she just done a prison husband. My daughter Linda calls on Sundays. My son Robert believes Karen. That's all I'll say about that. You know what I think about? Not the trial, not Karen, not even the pharmacy. I think about a Tuesday morning, 2008, maybe 2009. Mama was sitting by the window. The magnolia was blooming, big white flowers like hands opening up, and she looked at me and she said, "Charlie, clear as a bell, Charlie, is that you? She knew me. For about 30 seconds, she knew me, and then it was gone. Like a light flickering in a storm. That's what Alzheimer's does. It gives you these little windows, little cracks where the person you love peeks through, and then the wall goes back up. You think I killed her? You think I spent 8 years, 7 months, and 11 days, 3,178 days, bathing her, feeding her, singing to her, holding her hand through every single sunset, and then I poisoned her? Let me ask you something. You ever watch someone you love disappear? Not die. Disappear. Their body's right there, breathing, blinking, but they're gone. The person who raised you, who taught you right from wrong, who knew your middle name and the name of your first dog, and the time you broke the window playing baseball in '52, that person is gone, and what's left is a shell, a beautiful breathing shell. I held my mother's hand every night for 8 years, every night, watching her forget my name, my face, everything we ever were to each other. And when she finally went, it was peaceful. She deserved that much. She deserved peace. That's all I have to say.